and is spinning on its axis at approximately 1,040 miles per hour. Nearest star at a speed of 1,000 miles per hour. As we stand still, we are moving at approximately 1,912,730 feet per second. Welcome to the spaceship Earth.
Life, a miracle in the universe, appeared around 4 billion years ago. And we humans, only 200,000 years ago. Yet we have succeeded in disrupting the balance that is so essential to life. In 50 years, in a single lifetime, the Earth has been more radically changed than by all previous generations of humanity. We know that the solutions are there today. We all have the power to change. So what are we waiting for?
Just give me a minute. I'm gonna get the camera set up.
Thanks a lot for agreeing to be our celebrity ambassador on voting rights, Lewis. We'll try to make this photo shoot as painless as possible.
Well, no photo shoot is painless, but I'm happy to help. It's important. I mean, who is denying people the right to vote?
You'd be surprised. We're fighting people trying to suppress voting all over the country. Like North Carolina. They slashed a week of early voting. That affects over 2 million people.
If I could just get you guys to look at the lens.
Why stop people from voting early?
Well, early voting makes it easier to vote, and that can decide an election. Here, this is a picture that I carry around with me everywhere I go in case I get a chance to talk about early voting. Look at that line.
What the hell is that? Is it Black Friday? I mean, you'd think that the people of Florida would want their voters to, vote. What's next, a poll tax?
Well...
Oh, no fucking way!
If I can just have you look into the
Voter
lens.
ID, like they tried to implement in Wisconsin, costs money. It essentially is a poll tax. And look at what they made Wisconsinites do just to get one of these ID cards. This is an actual document from the state of Wisconsin, which is supposed to show how easy it is to get an ID.
This looks like a chart showing how tough it is for a sperm to find a fertilized egg, which explains why it's so tired when it finally gets there.
Guys?
Elected officials shouldn't get to choose who gets to choose elected officials. Look, people marched and fought and died for the right to vote, and they want to legislate away that sacrifice to stay in power? Not on my watch, baby.
If I could,
Take the picture!
To see the law by Christ fulfilled, to hear his pardoning voice can change a slave into a child and duty into choice. No strength of nature can suffice to serve the Lord aright, and what she has she misapplies for want of clearer light. How long beneath the law I lay? How long I struggle to obey? Then to abstain from outward sin was more than I could do. Now if I feel its power within, I feel I hate it too. Then all my servile works were done of righteousness to raise, and freely chosen in the Son, I freely choose his ways. Freely chosen in the Son, I freely choose his ways. How long beneath the law I lay? How long I struggle to obey? How long in bondage and distress? How long I tried without success. I tried without success. Pardoning voice can change a slave into a child and duty into choice. How long beneath the law I lay? How long I struggle to obey? How long in bondage and distress?
Today on Earth Focus, marine biologist Dr. Sylvia Earle on the state of the world's oceans. Coming up on Earth Focus.
Perfect. I'm a rapper. Got a lot of things to do during the day. So something like being beaten with the club, pepper sprayed, and tased for expressing my political views would really slow me down. And that's why I carry the ACLU card. It's the only card that lets my gay friends marry the hell out of each other. The card that says, hey girl, it's your vagina, and you should be able to do what you want with it. The card that lets me call the president a dick on the internet if I wanted to, and I don't want to, but I could. So if you like being free, like me, then get the ACLU card today.
I tell people sometimes that I come from a different planet, because the planet that I came from is very different from the planet that I live on now. Think about the ocean. 90% of the big fish, and many of the small ones too, are simply gone. We've extracted them. We've destroyed undersea environments, habitats. About half the coral reefs are either gone or they're in a state of great decline. 40% of the phytoplankton in the sea is gone since 1950. Gone. Most of the oxygen that we breathe comes from the ocean, largely from these microscopic bacteria and other photosynthetic organisms. Now, we can still breathe, but what we're doing is undermining the integrity of systems that yield what we need to live. What's more important than that? Our economy, our health, our security, or being alive? It starts with being alive. We have to secure within the natural systems that deliver rain that falls magically out of the atmosphere, the clouds. How does it get there? Mostly it comes from the sea. Mostly the water on the planet is in the sea, 97% of it. So should we take care of it as if our lives depend on it? Well, yeah, instead of trashing it. There's some who want to transform Mars to be more Earth-like, to diminish that atmosphere that is mostly CO2 into something more like Earth, to terraform Mars so we might live there someday. Meanwhile, we're Marsiforming Earth. We're increasing the amount of CO2 in our atmosphere, and we're not really appreciating that our lives depend on maintaining the integrity of our life support system, an atmosphere that after 4.5 billion years is just right for the likes of us. 20% oxygen, mostly nitrogen, and just a trace of carbon dioxide and other elements. Just right for keeping the photosynthesis going with the forests and in the sea. We're causing the ocean to become more acidic. We, through excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, are stretching the limits of what the ocean can absorb. Ocean is the biggest carbon sink on the planet, but there's a point beyond which carbon dioxide is turning to the excess carbon dioxide to carbonic acid. And this is a trend that's been noticed mostly in the last 10 years. Enough of an impact so that anything that has a calcium carbonate shell may be vulnerable, especially the larval stages of things like oysters and clams, any snail that has calcium carbonate shell. Consider how much has changed as a consequence of what we have done to forests, to wildlife, to the birds, to fish, to whales, to the quality of water on the land, rivers and lakes and streams, to the ocean. To see such swift change in just a few decades, that's a pretty sobering thought. Yes, we are letting nature slip through our fingers. The flip side of that is cause for greater concern for anybody who cares about people, and I'm certainly one of those, It's that nature may be letting us slip through her fingers. We're monkeying around with things that keep us alive, and that's what we now can focus on. Like no other creatures on the planet, we have the power to understand these things and to do something about it.
This is Lucy. She lives in Uganda, just outside of Moroto, where clean water is hard to come by. The government is gathering information on how its citizens are reaching water sources enabling better planning for widespread access. Anna is head of a clinic nearby where children can be quickly assessed for malnutrition. It used to take months to gather data from the clinic, but now results are recorded and available in real time. John is an emergency response worker. When disasters such as mudslides, floods, or earthquakes strike, children can be separated from families. John can use his basic smartphone to register children into a reunification database. Lucy, Anna, and John, along with the Ugandan government, are part of a community that is improving people's lives. Communities like these are made possible by RapidPro. RapidPro is an open-source, real-time information platform. RapidPro quickly connects you to the vital information and services you need. RapidPro allows you to easily deploy data collection campaigns in your region. You can use proven processes or create your own based on the needs of your community. RapidPro creates customizable data reports that make real-time information easy to collect and fast to implement. To learn more about RapidPro and how it improves lives around the world, visit www.rapidpro.io or email join@rapidpro.io.
We build giant corporate and government entities powered by vast amounts of personal information and expect them to be transparent machines, making our lives safer and easier. We are outraged that we are losing our privacy, yet continue to upload more of our personal info, which is sold to the highest bidder. For many people, Google and Facebook already know who your friends are, who you email, where you live, where you work, what books you read, what songs you listen to, what events you're going to, everything you search, every website you go to, and where you are right now. We are the transparent machines, generating billions of dollars for giant corporations from our private information.